William Hunt Savile Row sponsors the Trilby Tour, the perfect gentleman's playground.
This week on the Trilby Tour, our cameras go undercover to investigate a secret coven of golfers apparently living wild in the woods of Dorset. It's the Trilby Tour's first ever visit to Dorset, and we couldn't be at a more spectacular location than the Isle of Purbeck Golf Club. The glory of the views is matched only by the ferocity of the wind, both of which are leaving everyone literally blown away. Coming up on the show, we have all the best of the play from a wild and windy Dorset. There's some fine play despite the conditions in the four-man three-hole playoff to determine the champion of the county. And we have a bumper crop of bad golf in Rogues Gallery. Anna Whiteley has been safely anchored to the first tee so she can talk to the players. But first, watching everyone go mad in Dorset, it's our commentator, Rob Lee.
Thanks, Mac. Yes, look at the windy day. Brownsea Island on the left-hand side, Poole Harbour. We're here for the first time in Dorset for the Trilby Tour Championship of Dorset at the Isle of Purbeck Golf Club. There's Sam Banks sort of splitting the water. Harry Redknapp lives there and all the other famous people that don't play on the Trilby Tour. Let's get to the first tee.
Well, battling the wind here at Isle of Purbeck, Team Briggs. Fourth, fifth time at Trilby now?
About the fifth.
How's it gone previously?
Pretty bad the first three. The last two getting there. So
what does getting there mean?
Well, playing a little bit better. So
But haven't yet made a playoff?
No, not privileged to that yet. But
Okay, but
caddied in the playoffs for a few times for Boom Boom Delaney.
Nice. But you're in the spotlight today, Dean. So confidence, that's what we need.
Yeah, been playing well. So just see how it goes. Really windy, so could do anything today.
Do you know this track very well?
Played here twice in worse conditions than this last time practice round. So, but a lot worse.
Well, I like your persistence. This could be the one. Top 10.
Hopefully.
More confidence than that. This could be the one, Dean.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Best of luck.
Thanks very much. All right, cheers.
1892, that's when the golf club was established. Long time ago. Briggsy. High right shoulder, that means it's cutting. It's over there. Find it.
Thanks, Rob. I'm now joined by Jimmy, the slightly dodgy scorer, shall we say. What happened up in Cumbria? Because there was a bit of a mishap, wasn't there?
Yeah, I marked the guy who I was playing with, didn't mark it wrong, but I didn't put his stroke play on, and he got 37 points and was leader, and he got disqualified.
I mean, that's devastating. Tell me you didn't sabotage the man on purpose.
No, I didn't. I felt terrible for days afterwards.
Because of what happened with the scorecard, does that mean your best mate Brendan made it to the playoff?
Yes, he did.
So you owe a lot of people, basically. Okay, so that was him, but this is now, how's your game? How are you feeling?
I'm playing all right. I'm happy. If I could get over 20 points today, I'll be happy.
You're going to need over 20 points, I think. Over 30.
I'm not looking to win it.
Why are you here then?
I'm just here for the experience.
That's not the answer that we want. You're here to win, Jimmy.
No, I'm here to enjoy it. Enjoy the day.
All right, Jimmy, be gone. Enjoy.
Well, an iron and no glove. This doesn't bode well. Yeah, pretty good. Good swipe. Where's that finishing? Over there.
We've got some superstars here from last year's Trilby, but not for the right reasons. Steve and Bob, you capped off the Rose Gallery last year. What happened?
Well, I sort of got in the rough and took a shot, and Bob just got in the way slightly.
But Bob just didn't get in the way in any way. It was almost straight in the gonads.
Manhood. But this year I've got a box and protection there now.
How did you possibly do that? How do you even do that?
Don't know, just happened. You can't really say how it happened, it just did.
Well, today the target is down there, not down there, okay? So good luck, guys.
Cheers, thanks a lot.
Now, short, compact swing. Look at that club face pointing miles left. With this breeze, no point talking to the golf ball because it's not going to listen. No, I think it bobbed up. I think it'll be all right.
Well, I'm a bit biased towards this man because it's my dad. You right, Dad?
I thought I recognised you from somewhere, yeah.
How are you feeling? It's your first time at the Trilby.
It is my first time at the Trilby, and I'm feeling okay at the moment, but I'm not standing on the tee yet.
I spoke to Mum and she said that you had some emergency putting practice in the hall this morning.
Yeah, it was interfered with by our dog, but I did manage to get some sort of a stroke going, yeah.
Now, I know you're a sneaky member here, Dad, so you know this course quite well. What's the trick?
I think the trick today is to keep the ball in play. I've seen a few guys with wild drives, so I'm going to play every hole cautiously.
Getting driver off the tee or a safe little iron?
I have no safe club, so it's driver off the tee.
Okay, Dad, well, play well. Do the family proud.
Thank you very much.
Oh, proud dad and his daughter. But is he going to give his daughter anything to be proud of with this round of golf? Oh, shouts of shot, John. Look at that. It's a real linksy fairway, that one, isn't it? Could bounce absolutely anywhere. 25 points. You know the scoring isn't going to be really super duper today. So, a good finish for Briggs. 2 holes to go. This the approach to 17. And that's what he's got left. So, very sensible in many ways. Dalloway, 10 points after 15 holes. He said he was here just to enjoy the day. And so far, there are no signs that he's enjoying the day. Pitch. With a pitch. It was a pretty good one. You can hear the flags rustling. The breeze is up. Kicking up to 20 miles an hour at points. So Dalloway, well, all sorts of problems. Dropped out to here and not moved it that far, to be honest. Par putt at 10. Back up the hill for Stephen Pitch. Wind whipping across the 13th. John Whiteley. We thought the wind might push that one on. It hasn't. Dalloway 10 points. That will not change after the 16th. Oof. Neil Poir, 12 in the end for Jimmy Dalloway. He's only here for a good time. Lots of bogeys today for the players. That's well holed. 20 points for Stephen Pitch. And you see, I told you about the tough conditions. At this point, that's leading. 20 points, would you believe? So Whiteley with 15 points through 12 holes is in the frame. Yeah, well holed. 22 points, new clubhouse leader. Tough finish at the Isle of Purbeck in these conditions. Very exposed. Briggs for the birdie at 17. He's already got 25 points. Starting to look like Ben Hogan now. And he finished tidily for 29 points, new clubhouse leader. That's a really good effort. Let's get back to Anna at the first.
I'm here with the man who almost tasted ultimate Trilby Tour glory last year. Michael, you came second to the great Paul Llewellyn. What happened in that final last year?
I played good, to be fair. Llewellyn done well. He shot 1 under for the 3 holes. Just missed a putt on the second hole, but I forced good up and down on the last false pull to get down in 2. But to be fair, Paul played well for the 3 holes. I played well as well, shot level par for the 3 holes, so I couldn't ask much more of myself. So yeah, it's just missed out, but another year, another go at it. So.
Now that you've been so close to almost being Trilby Tour World Champion, has it made you want it that little bit more this year?
Yeah, there's a little bit of unfinished business this year. I feel like my game's in a decent shape. Just got to get myself into the final and then have another crack at it.
All right, Michael. Well, I feel like you're focused. Heads in the game. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Wakely, we don't get many hyphens on the Trilby Tour. Wakely Smith at the first. Lamberhurst Golf Club down in Tunbridge Wells. And he knows what it's like to play well in the Trilby. That's a cracking tee shot. Is it rough? Is it fairway? We'll find out when we come back.
The perfect gentleman's playground.
Welcome back to a really top linksy day at the Isle of Purbeck Golf Club. Look at the breeze. The ferns are flashing all over the place and the scores are going through the roof, but in the wrong direction. Back out into the golf course to see the likes of Wakely Smith and those that have started late. And here he is at 14, 23 points. Second shot. Lucky not to be in a hazard. And if it bounces up, it's trying to find the putting surface. Not quite. That's what he's got left. But points-wise, he's going along okay. James Smith. 18 points. Anything in the 30s is outstanding today, Stapleford-wise. Amongst the very latest starters, the left-hander, John Dewberry. Made the playoff at Meon Valley a couple of years ago. 11 handicap. And delighted with that. Mark Thomas has travelled from Devon to play here. Sidmouth Golf Club. That must have a bit of wind on it, I would think, many times by the sea. Come on, down you come. Oh, it's brilliant now. It meant that. Absolutely meant that. Well, maybe not. Wakely Smith is miles from the cup here, so he's using a putter. And dare I say, should have chipped it. Putting into the wind from distance is always difficult. The ultimate chip and run. That's going to come back down. Well, there is either a lot of imagination going on here in the Trilby Tour or a lot of lucky golfers. I think that might be in the second category. Dewberry, birdie attempt at the 6th, the par 5. And he sort of let go of everything there very quickly. 29 points for John Dewberry. It's a wait-and-see situation, that. But the breeze, no sign of relenting. Look at it. Thomas. Oh. Got a good break. Another player on 29 points, playing for 5 handicaps. A fine effort. In a holding pattern in the clubhouse. Wakely Smith. Approach putt came up a long way short. Just had to hit that. 29 points. That group is colossal. They're either all going to make it, or 1 miss out, or 2 miss out, or 3 miss out. A lot of them. Smith for the par at 13. Yeah, good putt. Very good putt. 29 points. Another one. Back to Anna with William Hunt.
Well, it's always a pleasure to bump into the man, the legend, William Hunt himself.
Isn't it just?
Well, first time for the Trilby in Dorset. Big moment. It's spectacular here.
It's just brilliant. It's beautiful. We've
Yeah.
got a mixed bag of features on this golf course. We've got heathland, we've got parkland, and we've got links. I think that's what's tripping the players up because the early scores are not strong.
No, and the views are gorgeous. Hole number 5, the signature. That's just incredible, isn't it?
I believe the line of sight there is Enid Blyton's house, who used to own this place. Enid Blyton. It's with Enid Blyton being it's not so much as 5 go mad in Dorset. It's 149 go mad in Dorset.
Yes.
And a few of them already have.
It certainly is. And as you say, the course is really difficult, but this wind, I mean, we've been holding our Trilbys on all morning. How hard is this course going to be, do you think?
It's impossible, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got rain today, we've got wind, we're missing a bit of sleet, a bit of snow maybe later. As if this course wasn't hard enough, we've got gale force winds, so the scoring is, I've never seen it before, but a 20-something will be successful today. And guys are coming in going, I was on fire today, I shot 22 points. Like, what?
Yeah.
But you know what? I think 26, 28 is going to feature.
Good stuff. Well, you do pick them. You like to make it tough, and that you do.
This is
Thank
the
you
Trilby
very
Tour.
much.
This is the Trilby Tour, and they're no prisoners.
Well, if you're going to have a bad day chopping around the heather, no prettier place than the Isle of Purbeck. Almost finished. Lee Lawrence, 16. Sit. Whoa. And it's going to run down there into the dell. Well, that's going to be a tricky pitch. Back up. Buffeted by the wind and the breeze. Stace. 18th is, it's a par 4. It's only 306 yards. And he's got there in 2. Now we saw Lawrence go long at 16. What can he produce here with his sandwich? It's a low checker. Sit. Yeah, he played it well. Back into the breeze. Drove it through the wind. Won't want it back. Stays for the birdie at 18. 31 points. Go on. Oh, that was very unlucky. 30 points, but new clubhouse leader for Robin Stace. One of those tough days out on the golf course. Lawrence for the par. Make this and finish tidily. Well, he's done the first bit. 30 points though. Joint clubhouse lead with Robin Stace for Lee Lawrence. Let's get to Anna Whiteley, who's going to talk us through the playoff holes.
Thanks, Rob. Well, the playoff here at the Isle of Purbeck, starting off with hole number 8, then moving on to 17 and 18. So it starts with a hefty par 5, followed by 2 par 4s. I'm joined with David Saruki, who owns the Isle of Purbeck, along with his business partner, Kathy. Now, David, this is quite the par 5. The wind is going to kill these guys. We've already seen balls flying into the bushes. What is the trick here on this hole?
Well, basically, off the tee, you really want to try to stay left, obviously, because anything to the right is just going to bounce toward Poole Harbor. So, and it's more wide open over on this side. So you want to keep it to the left. Second shot, you want to keep it to the left again, avoid that bunker, and just try to get it on the green in 3. I mean, unless you're really a big hitter, I think that's the safe play is probably the best play on this hole.
Is this the kind of hole that could kill a man in a playoff from the word go?
Absolutely. I mean, you really got to hit it off the tee, especially with the wind blowing this way. You could really be in big trouble. You're already seeing guys right over there in the rough out there. So if you don't hit a good tee shot, it definitely, and the second shot's not an easy shot either. So it's going to be a challenge for anybody today.
Good stuff. A very tough start, and that's what we like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, so the second playoff hole, the 17th. Now we've got wind going in the complete opposite direction, David. And what I'm actually focusing on is how much hazard there is around the green. You've got bunkers, so much undulation. What is the trick on this hole?
Well, obviously, you just want to hit a nice tee shot. And if you want to hit it about where that ball is over there, and your second shot, generally people are a little bit short, so you want to be long. It's a lot of trouble to the right. And there's a lot of undulation on the course approaching the green, so if you can hit the green, you'd really be happy, I think.
I know technically this is one of the easiest supposed holes on the course, but if you land in this stuff, I mean, you could go off anywhere, couldn't you?
Yeah, that's pretty typical about every hole here at the Isle of Purbeck. I mean, there's trouble everywhere, and you definitely want to keep the fairways and hit the greens and just keep it in play, and you'll do all right.
Which I can imagine not many of our playoff players will be doing.
Well, took a quick peek at some of the scores, and they haven't been doing it. Obviously, it's a little windy today, but yes, if you haven't played the Isle of Purbeck before, it's definitely going to be a challenge for you.
Good luck, boys. Okay, so we're here on the final playoff hole. It's the 18th. This is actually the easiest hole on the course, so it should be like relief for all the trouble that comes before this.
Well, you would think so, wouldn't you? It seems like there's trouble on every hole at the Isle of Purbeck, but it is our easiest stroke index hole. So if you hit a good tee shot, and you come back on approach, those most people are a little bit short, but there's definitely trouble here also.
There clearly is, because behind us is a man and a caddy rummaging through the bushes trying to find their balls. So
I'm sure the wind probably had a little bit to do with that today, but yeah, definitely there's going to be trouble everywhere out here.
Well, thank you so much for your insight on the playoff holes. Plenty to look forward to. It's going to be tough here at the Isle of Purbeck.
It sure is going to be tough, no doubt about that. That's Paul Gascoigne, believe it or not. Not having the best day out there. Tough conditions, though, for Paul. But he'll be back for more, and we're glad to have him. Wandering around the Isle of Purbeck, getting blown all over the place, like the entire field. Kavanagh. Where's this gone? Dirty. Oh, there it is. Even better. John McAllister. Did I see red figures there? Did I see somebody that's actually better than par? I think I did. Well, he must be the only person on the golf course that's ahead of the golf course in these conditions. Let's keep our eye on John McAllister. See if we can keep it going. Linehan at 15, the par 3. 187 yards this one. And the wind certainly playing its part. Target missed. Kavanagh for the birdie at 18. Super putt. Unlucky. Tied for the top on 30 points, Alan Kavanagh. That's a fine effort. That's about 4 under 30 points today. McAllister with the rocket start. 11 points after 5 holes. Birdie chip. Quite quick here. Easy, easy. Well, he's got 10 feet left for his par. He can let the odd shot go because he's going well. Linehan at the 15th. This is where the tee shot finished, par 3, in the bunker. And he's played one of the best shots of the day. That's a cracker. What a bunker shot. McAllister for the par to stay at 11 points. Almost, but 32. That's a new clubhouse lead for John McAllister. Battled well. This would be a tremendous par for Linehan after the bunker shot. Please, the brilliance of the bunker shot deserves. Oh, and he gets his par, and he gets a 32-point total. Joint clubhouse lead for Mike Linehan as well. So in Dorset this week, we need a nearest the pin to establish the final 4 to get into the playoff between Kavanagh, Stace, and Lawrence. All men with 30 points, 2 from 3. And that was the best of them, but which was the worst of them? It was Robin Stace who just misses out with his 30-point total, but he does qualify for the William Hunt Trilby Tour Championship Final, the World Championship Final. So it's Linehan, McAllister, Kavanagh and Lawrence in the playoff. It's time for Hunt's Hunch.
Every player gets a shot in this hole, so that wipes everyone's advantage out. That's the only shots you're going to get on these 3 holes. John McAllister, don't know much about him. 11 handicap, quite fancies himself. Lynan, he fancies himself. His 5th year on the Trilby Tour. Good player, and he's come to the top of the leaderboard today. Kavanagh, I know nothing of Kavanagh other than the fact he's come in late, and he's a local boy, and he got through on the shootout. That often helps because the adrenaline's up and they're pumping. Same with Lawrence. Lee Lawrence, I don't know if he fancies himself. Who do I fancy tonight? I only know Lynan, so I've got to go with him.
There's nothing like a bit of science to get you ahead of the game. We'll see if William's right when we come back.
Perfect Gentleman's Playground.
Welcome back to the playoff to decide the 2017 Trilby Tour Champion of Dorset. They're starting off with the 8th hole, par 5. It's a treacherous hole today in these high winds. Every player getting a stroke.
Mr. John McAllister.
Hi, my name's John McAllister. I'm 35, play out of Newbury Crook Golf Course, and my handicap's 11. Very windy, to be honest. Yeah, it was fine till holes 9, 10, 11, and yeah, super windy. So yeah, happy with the score I got. Love the course. Played 1 practice round here a month ago. Was probably as windy as it is today, so that was good. Good practice for today, and yeah, I'll be back for sure.
So driver, look at the yardage, 594. Trouble everywhere, left to right breeze off the tee. Oh, where's this gone?
Next on the tee, ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome Mr. Mike Linehan.
My name's Mike Linehan, I'm 45, I'm from Reading Golf Club with a handicap of 10. It was really good actually, I played my best golf probably ever on the front nine, got 20 points at halfway. I putted like a dream, thought it was all going well, and then I started thinking about the playoff after the 10th hole, and suddenly I couldn't bring myself to swing the club. My caddy kept trying to tell me to relax, but I did feel the pressure. Just a couple of good holes just kept me enough to get me up the leaderboard, so it was okay. If I won, it'd be great. Do you know what I mean? Just to have that trophy to put on the mantelpiece at home. Like I said, I tell a lot of my friends that I play the Trilby, and none of them are in it, but they always just say, you know, you're just turning up to make up the numbers. But it would be nice to go back and show them that actually, just for once, I've managed to put it all together and I brought the trophy back.
Linehan, Linen, Linehan, Linen, tomato, tomato. Let's call the whole thing off. Well, this is coming back violently from left to right in flight. He's done well.
Third up, would you please welcome to the tee, Mr. Alan Kavanagh.
Alan Kavanagh, 48 years of age, Ragbarn, Swindon, and 8 handicap. It was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. It's a brutal course, absolutely brutal, but I'm thrilled to be here, obviously, so anything was a bonus. My 9-year-old's into golf this year. I'd just love to win it for him, you know. It's Jake, hope you're watching, and he's on his open week this week, so you know, this one will be for you.
5-9-4, it's miles away when you're on that tee. This is well struck, unaffected by the breeze. Well done, well done.
And finally, ladies and gentlemen, your applause please for Mr. Lee Lawrence.
Lee Lawrence, 47, Harleyford Golf Club, and 5 handicap. Superb, couldn't have asked any better. The golf course, fantastic. 4th time of playing on the Trilby Tour. What a course. 8, I took driver there this morning, probably take a 3-wood. Took rescue on 17, probably 2-iron because I went in the bunker. 18, I'll just continue playing that as I did this morning.
He's going to hit a 3-wood, he's not, he's hitting the driver. And that one's starting to turn left to right in mid-air and coming back. If you can see it after you've hit it, you've had a beauty. And that's pretty good. So, they're all off and running. Only 3 holes, remember, if you're watching the Trilby Tour for the first time. You've got to make it count. Long iron for McAllister, trying to drive it low and get it chasing down the fairway. That stayed out of trouble. So they're in 2 at this par 5. Rescue for Kavanagh. Hybrid. And this one, oh, it's straighter and it's bouncing and running. That's ideal. 2 very good shots. You can see the Lawrence tee shot just about hung on. And that wind is so strong, making everything curl from left to right. That's fine. Up by the green it becomes very tricky indeed. This is Mike. We're not going with Linen or Linehan, it's Mike. Wasn't his best strike, but no harm done. It'll always run on a linksy fairway. McAllister's 3rd from distance. Now you must not miss this green on the right. So they're in 3. Remember, everybody gets a shot here. Lawrence to go next. Still a long way from the hole. All things considered, if it just stays there, oh, now we don't know. Might just have sneaked into trouble. Kavanagh. This could be very good. On you come. The line was fantastic. And Mike's 3rd is not a good one. So nobody putting after 3 shots played by every player. If anybody can chip and putt with their stroke, it's a net birdie. Colossal, that would be. Oh, that's brilliant. Just brilliant. What an opportunity coming up. More straightforward shot for Mike at the 8th. This first playoff hole. and just trundling through the pressure of Hunt's hunch. The other three must go, God, he hasn't backed me, that's good. Kavanagh. Sit, sit, sit. Super. He would make that putt for a 5-net 4. So he's 1 under par going into the second playoff hole, which is the 17th par 4. Now Lawrence's approach just stayed out the bunker. That's good. Just got to carry it onto the green, let it run out. Hasn't he played that well? Also 1 under par with his stroke. Par 5 at the 8th. That's excellent. Lee Lawrence in with a shout. Chip and putt for Mike with a bit of luck. You can hear William Hunt in the background there trying to cheer his charge on. But he has to hold this. +1, and that was with a shot as well. So a 7-net 6. The best approach of the lot from distance was McAllister's for the par. Hit it. Oh no. So a bogey net par has 1 player level, 1 player's a 1 over, and 2 a 1 under.
Once again, Hunt's hunch turns into Hunt's humiliation. I'm going to be a star of Rogue's gallery the way I'm going this year. It's just not working out for me. You know, I've put Mike in there because I know him, he's a great guy, and he's let me down. I've never liked the fella anyway. But Alan Kavanagh's got to be a man now. I'm changing pony, and Kavanagh's your man. I can't believe I didn't pick him.
There's still time for another change, William. Don't worry about that. Got 2 holes to play yet. Here he is. Hunt's hunch with the second. Ta-ta. See ya. That is a long way offline. Just an iron. It's not a long hole, 324 yards. Wind heavily from the right. Now, is this hanging on or turning too much? Must avoid the bunker. Ooh, we'll take that all day long now. Thank you very much. McAllister. The fairway wood. This is good. Got this started right and the wind's starting to turn it from right to left. Yeah, beauty. No shots now for anybody. And this one from Hunt's hunch 1. And that's fine over there. That's okay. So everybody looking for this green in 2 because it's not a long hole. Kavanagh from miles down the left-hand side. Hunt's hunch 2. Doesn't matter who he gives it to, the same thing happens. They turn into jelly. What about this one? Can this find the putting surface? Come on. No, he can't. McAllister. Hard to start it left and cut it back into this wind. Almost impossible. But green side in a couple. And 1 back. 2 back. It's Lynham with his second. He got a lot of club on that. Oh, and he's played a stunner. You see, Hunt was off him, and now he's starting to play some golf. Kavanagh is carrying the Hunt. He must have heard William once he went back to him. Why me? Why have you ruined it for me? McAllister now with chances. And he scuffed that. That's a long way away for his par. Disappointed. Lawrence from the front with a par net birdie at the first hole, the 8th. He's in the box seat. Oh, and he's played a cracker. No stroke. If he makes his par, he'll be under par going down the last. That's a significant advantage. Hunt's hunch, Kavanagh. Giving it all away at the second playoff hole. And continuing to do so. What about a birdie? What about a gross birdie? Not quite for Mike. Wasn't to be. McAllister for the par. Long way away with a chip shot. Got a chance. Unlucky. Terrific effort. So +1 going down the final hole in the playoff. Kavanagh for the 5 to drop back to level. Not to be. So he's +1 after a double bogey 6. We need to speak to William Hunt after this hole, see if he's going to change again. Mike's par putt. Unlucky. Unlucky. +2. You would think he's gone now. He's out of it. This is the one. This is the jersey seller. Lawrence's par putt to remain 1 under par. Oh, can you believe it? Can you believe it? What an opportunity. He will lead going down the last, but he could have made it very comfortable. So to 18, par 4, which isn't long, 306 yards.
Well, I think my tips has become a curse because I tipped Mike and then I tipped Alan, and they both sort of slipped backwards. Lee had a fantastic time, a fantastic opportunity there to just knock that little one in, and how's that going to affect him? I don't know. John McAllister could be the dark horse, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of goals, a lot of wind, and still a lot to play for. Who's going to win? I don't know. I've no idea. I'm giving up.
That's the best news we've had all day. Lawrence, come on, level par. Just smooth it down the fairway. Ish. Kavanagh going with driver. He's only 1 back, you know, at 1 over. Oh, and he smashed it. Down towards the green. Oh, it's a great tee shot. Trying to bring matters into his own hand. McAllister, 1 behind at +1. It's going down the other side. Yeah, the crowd like it. It is hard to pick a winner. Mike Lynan. Rousing applause. It's chasing. Misses the bunker. Yeah, that's in really good shape as well. Long one. The fairway would. So much can happen from here. McAllister, can he make a birdie and get back to level? Oh, and he might be able to do it from there. 6 feet or so to get back to level par, which is what Lawrence is on. He leads the way at the minute. And this is high into the sky, distance-wise. That's pretty good. So they're in 2 with a 1-shot lead. What about knocking one in? What about knocking it straight in the cup? Man, it wasn't far away, was it? Lovely finish. Kavanagh last to play. Steady. Yeah, that's fine as well. So it's all about the putting. The final playoff hole. Leading the way is Lee Lawrence. This for the win. Well, that was for the championship. But he was canny. He didn't want to rush it 5 feet by. So that's his marker. And Kavanagh to tie level par has to hold this. Oh, straight in the back. Way to go. Out of nowhere. McAllister. Beautiful approach shot. Oh, and that's unfortunate. Had every chance to go extra time. Maybe. Also very unlucky. Mike Lynan. Very unlucky. This to go back down the 18th. For Lee Lawrence, no mistake. So 2 men play the 3 holes in level par. And those 2 men carry on. Kavanagh and Lawrence. Lawrence first of all with the iron. People like it. Trying to come around. It's just in the rough. Depends on the lie. Kavanagh going with driver again. Look at the wind.
Where is it, mate?
difficult for our cameras, straight into the low-lying sun. Now, hopefully that's not in that bunker, because that's not position A. Lawrence with a canny iron off the tee. His ball finished out on the edge of the fairway in the end. And it's gone long, way long. Sack the caddy. Kavanagh did miss the bunker, and he's not far away. It's only 50 yards. Can't believe his luck, can he? He's come back into it. Lawrence chipping and putting, hopefully, trying to run it between the advertising boardings, and he's done well from there. It's a makeable putt for a par. Kavanagh with a birdie attempt for the championship. The King of Dorset. No. The Prince of Dorset after that one. Now this, you never know, could be for the win. Oh, he's lipped out. He's lipped out, which means if he knocks this in, Lee Lawrence, that Kavanagh will have a putt to be a Trilby Tour champion, and he has holed that, but it's a bogey 5 on the short 18th. Alan Kavanagh will hunt claim a victory here for the par. He becomes the Trilby Tour champion of Dorset on a very difficult day at the Isle of Purbeck, but what a day. Big hugs for the caddy. Congratulations and commiserations to Lee Lawrence. And we'll see them all again in the William Hunt Trilby Tour World Championship Final.
Just one more regional championship left to go before we have all our 2017 champions and qualifiers. We then head over to Magnolia Park for the Trilby Tours Pairs competition before the World Championship Final in Hull. The series ends on Christmas Day with the traditional Rogues Gallery special. Now, let's have a word with the new champion of Dorset, Alan Kavanagh.
It's all a blur, I swear. I'm not sure. Has it even happened yet? I can't believe it. I mean, to get into to qualify, I think was an achievement. And then obviously to see myself from an early stage on the leaderboard was great. And I mean, it's fantastic. It's what your dreams are made of.
Now, we don't usually give shot of the day to a putt, but it was so windy out there really wasn't much choice. Besides, this one from Kevin Amner is particularly lovely. Now, on to Rogues Gallery. And here's Chris Hoole on the 8th, demonstrating one of the day's very popular tactics. Aim high and let the wind take your ball where it may. The other option, ably demonstrated by Greg Bettis, was to stay low and just dribble your way to the flag. Evan Edwards now on the 12th, doing relatively well to extricate himself from the ferns. Sadly, he then finds himself bunkered. Undeterred, Evan tries to escape, only to find himself still in the sand. And then, slightly more deterred, he tries one last time to reach the green before packing up and heading for home. Andy Kershaw on the 6th has similar trouble, except he refuses to extricate himself from the rough, and then, proving to be particularly tenacious, refuses to extricate himself once again. Time now for a quick game of Who's in the Heather this week, and if you said Peter Cork, award yourself 10 points. Showing exceptionally scant regard for the safety of others, Toby Heaver plays this out-of-position shot in the 18th before giving his fellow players a chance to escape its flight path. Consequently, they were completely unmoved when he landed still well out of position. And congratulations to Ian Hinley, who, as far as cameras could ascertain, steadfastly refused to play a single shot from a fairway for his entire round. True to the unmanicured origins of golf, it was rough stuff or nothing for our Ian. Just one entry in Who'd Be a Cameraman this week as the shy and retiring Brian Masso attempts the ground route to Matt, only to see his ball at the last second divert into the ferns. And finally, it was an honour to have footballing legend Paul Gascoigne become a Trilby Tourian at the Isle of Purbeck. Sadly, this was about the best shot we saw him play all day, but hopefully we'll see you try your arm again in 2018, Mr. Gascoigne. Meantime, here's William.
Wonderful day, wonderful golf course, fantastic people. Wind was pain. It was pain for everyone today. Whoever played well in that has done a brilliant. I mean, they were amateur golfers, and you know, I'd like to see a few pros playing that today. They'd be all over the place and probably stomping off because it's maybe they haven't got the patience we had today. But great people and a wonderful win. It was great to see a living national treasure today in Gaza come along and play. It's great seeing him getting all the way on. He didn't play too bad either. He was a lot. I thought he was going to be, to be honest here. A lot of people had fun, and one guy had a special day. Well done to him.
Next week, it's the last regional championship of 2017, and we're at the Oxfordshire to see who can grab one of the last 10 qualifying spots. In the meantime, if you'd like to get involved in the Trilby Tour, please contact us via the website at www.trilbytour.com. We'll see you next week. Oh, temper, temper.
William Hunt Savile Row sponsors the Trilby Tour. The perfect gentleman's playground.